What's up, tribe? It's Omid Kazravan here, author of the #1 best-selling book, Always Be Closing, and I want to talk to you guys today about what happens when you're stuck in the past. But before I begin, I do want to let you know my book is out for hard copy and Kindle. I'm going to put the link in the description down below so you guys can go and get it. It's great. It's about building deep relationships. You're going to love it. It's a really interesting topic because it happens to a lot of us, myself included, where our minds are stuck in the past. Maybe something happened, an event, or something happened that is causing a reaction in you today. It's causing you to do something differently today that you wouldn't normally do if that didn't happen. What happens when we're stuck in the past is that we can't enjoy the fruits of today. So where focus goes, energy flows, and our focus is going to be in the past, and we're going to be thinking about that. And we're going to be like, oh my God, this happened. Oh my God, they did that. They stabbed me in the back, or I can never trust anybody because this happened. And what happens is, when your focus and your mind and your attention is always in the past and you're always thinking about what's happened, you won't be able to enjoy what's happening right now, or you won't even be able to have a great vision for what's going to happen, because you're constantly going to be thinking about the past. So in reality, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking you from here, to the present moment, to what's happening right now. When you're in the now, you're able to enjoy life, be present with what's happening, with who's around you. You're able to give more of yourself than you normally can when your mind and your attention is roaming elsewhere, especially when it's in the past. Now, where this topic originally came from, I was thinking about a previous experience I had where I called up one of my really close mentors, and I was having a conversation about him. What happened was I went through a breakup and I noticed I was having a wall up, a shield, and I was like, I'm not gonna let anybody get near me. Fuck that, I'm gonna stay in my bubble. Opening up equals pain. And I'm not gonna open up to anyone else. I'm just gonna allow myself to just float throughout the river of life, closed off, because opening up means pain, and I don't wanna experience pain. So the first thing I do is I call him up, and I'm like, yo, Rock, what's up? He's like, hey man, what up, long time no talk. And I'm like, hey bro, can I ask you a question? He's like, yeah, of course, anything, what question do you have? And I was like, dude, I recently went through a breakup, and I wanted to ask you a breakup question. And I was like, I know you've had a ton of those. And he's like, yeah. So I say, have you ever had a breakup where it was really bad, that you felt that you were closing off and that you didn't want to open yourself up towards new possibilities, new opportunities, and you were closing yourself off from not only intimate relationships, but just relationships in general with other people? And he said, yeah, I have done that before. And I was like, really? How did you come over it? How did you overcome that? And he said, Omid, you need to realize one thing, is that all you have in life, all that's for sure, is this present moment. And what happens is when your mind is in the past, it's robbing you from what's happening right now. What I do is I may notice myself bringing up a shield or a block, and I acknowledge it. I acknowledge it and I move on. And I say, okay, this is happening right now. But what I'm gonna do is, even though it's gonna hurt, I'm gonna give 100% of myself all the time, because when that does end, or if it does end, I know that I gave my absolute best, and because of that, I'm not sad when it ends, because I know I did my best, and if it didn't work out, that's fine, I did my best. After that happened, I was like, yes, freedom! I know what to do now. I'm just gonna give my best in every single moment, and if it doesn't happen, fuck it, I gave my best, that's all that matters. And that's really relieving for me. Whenever I do feel the past starting to affect what's happening to me right now, I acknowledge it and I'm like, okay, you know what? All I can do is give my absolute best. And if my best doesn't work out, that's perfectly fine. Not my fault, I gave my best. And it gives me a great sense of relaxation and just like ease. And I'm like, okay, like I can just chill. I'm good. I don't have to worry about anything. Now I know that's just my story as to how I used to be stuck in the past, and you may have a different story and you might be like, hey Omid, that doesn't fucking work for me, man. That's something completely different. It wasn't a breakup. Still fine, still perfectly fine. Just know that because of that thing that happened, you're stronger than you were yesterday. You know the quote, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger? It literally makes you so much fucking stronger, because right now, you've been through that shit, you've been through that pain, and when you go through that pain, it makes you a lot stronger. It's just like when you're working out and you're building a muscle, the only way to get bigger muscles is to tear your muscles, is to put your muscles through stress, and when they rebuild, they're gonna grow back stronger and bigger. So thank that event for happening and say, fuck man, thank you for that. Because of that, I'm able to do this, I'm able to be this, I'm able to grow, I'm able to be stronger, I'm able to have tougher skin, whatever the case may be. It literally boils down to one decision. You just gotta make that one decision to make peace with your past. That one decision where you're like, okay, this should happen, I'm not gonna let that control me right now. They yelled at me, I'm not gonna let that control me right now. They may have stabbed my back, but I'm not gonna let that affect my trust issues now. That's one person, that's one situation. All it takes is one decision to make, that one decision that you're like, fuck it, I'm good. I make peace with it, I'm gonna move on. Because of that, I'm stronger. That will set you free. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not an overnight process. It's not just gonna happen in one day. It's gonna take time. You're gonna notice yourself going back in the past. You're gonna notice yourself thinking of it. You're gonna notice yourself giving it power. Totally fine, just acknowledge it and just work your muscle. Practice it over and over and over again until it becomes like second nature. You won't even notice it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys do enjoy it. If you did like it, if I did make you smile, if you got an insight from it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more. I'm releasing a ton of new videos. And I'm making a later video about how to make your worst days into your best days. So stay tuned for that one, and I will see you guys in my next video. Which in short is VAC, but is your visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Kinesthetic being touch.